Welcome, everybody, to the WWE Week in Review Setup, episode 199. Monday Night Raw was a banger of a show, in my opinion. As you guys can see, I am debuting the brand new Ultimate Edition Raw is War Attitude Era ring, exclusive to MattelCreations.com. It looks amazing. It is a Raw ring, so I thought I'd feature it in the Raw part of this video. Let's jump into the entire show, full play-by-play, every match, every promo, right now. Beth Phoenix and Edge came out first in our opening promo of the night. They started talking about the Judgment Day and how the Judgment Day has been wreaking havoc on them, Edge, and Beth Phoenix over the past couple months. What happened at the Royal Rumble? And then before Edge and Beth Phoenix could get any more words out, boom, Judgment Day theme song. The Judgment Day comes out. Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio. They come out. Damian Priest stumbles over some words, and then it leads us to a challenge set out by Beth Phoenix and Edge, that being a tag team match. Edge and Beth Phoenix going up against Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley at the Elimination Chamber, of course. And I gotta admit, I am looking forward to it. Am I the biggest fan of mixed gender matches? Not really, but it ought to be pretty decent. Of course, the Judgment Day started surrounding the ring, looking like they were going to get ready to attack Beth Phoenix and Edge. But then here comes Angelo Dawkins. Angelo Dawkins runs out because he had an opening match going up against Damian Priest in an Elimination Chamber qualifiers match. So he came out, helped out Edge and Beth a little bit, fight him off. And then, as we came back from commercial break, it jumped into our opening match. It was Damian Priest going up against Angelo Dawkins one-on-one. Once again, Elimination Chamber qualifiers match. And Damian Priest took the dub. It was a pretty decent match. He hit a South of Heaven, as Corey Graves likes to call it. It's a pretty cool maneuver. It's like a sidewalk slam, choke slam. And he was able to pin Angelo Dawkins 1, 2, 3. And I'm all for it. I'm interested to see what Damian Priest is going to do in the Elimination Chamber match. And I will talk about Angelo Dawkins' tag team partner, Montez Ford, later in the video. He was treated a little better on this Monday Night Raw. The modern day wrestling god went one-on-one with the robot, Dexter Lumis. He went one-on-one with Dexter Lumis. This match was okay. Nothing too crazy. Dexter Lumis was showing off his very unique wrestling style in this match, that pop-up leg drop that he does. And then, shockingly enough, Dexter Lumis was able to put away Baron Corbin. Yeah, it shocked me too. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wait a minute. With JBL on ringside, the modern-day wrestling god, Baron Corbin, failed to win a match up against Dexter Lumis. First of all, Dexter Lumis and Johnny Gargano, honestly, I don't think this is working anymore. Honestly, it was pretty funny at the beginning with The Miz, but it's not working anymore. We have to split these guys up. Gargano has to go his separate ways and do his own thing. I just don't think it's working. And as far as splitting up goes, JBL backstage later in the show was confronted by Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin's like, hey, where do you want to go to eat? Do you want to go out into town? What do you want to do? And then JBL's like, are you kidding me right now? You lost another match. Modern day wrestling god? You're nothing like a wrestling god. And then basically he just left Corbin high and dry backstage. So is JBL and Corbin over with? Bring back the Lone Wolf, please. Beast Brock Lesnar made his presence felt, coming out to the center of the ring, talking about the future of Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar had a multi-million-dollar contract in his shirt that he was talking about because he cannot get his mind off of Bobby Lashley. Brock Lesnar got interrupted by the almighty Bobby Lashley, and the challenge was set out for a future match between the two. And then, of course, Bobby's like, I have to look over this contract with my superiors. But then Brock's like, you know what? F5. Boom. One more time. One more time. Another F5 because the crowd was chanting one more time. And then he leaves the multi-million-dollar contract right on the chest of Bobby Lashley. So you got to think we're going to be seeing another match between these two. Hopefully with a stipulation on it. I feel like all the other matches we've seen have just been regular one-on-ones. I want a stipulation on this. I think it'd be pretty cool. It was a women's fatal 4-way Elimination Chamber qualifiers match between Doudrop, Mia Yim, Candice LeRae, and the returning Carmella. This was a pretty decent match. They highlighted Carmella in this match. She was the only one that got an entrance, and she looked great. She did a great job. Corey Graves was gloating about her on commentary, and of course she was able to pick up the victory by pinning Candice LeRae. But Candice LeRae had just got destroyed with a cannonball by Piper Niven. So did I say Doudrop earlier? I might have. And then Carmella just snuck in right for the pin as she pushed Piper Niven out of the ring. So sort of a sneaky way to win. But Carmella, anyways, she took the dub. And does she take the dub in the Elimination Chamber? We will have to wait and see. But as far as this entire match goes, it was okay. The Alpha Academy was in a tag team match going up against Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, who were accompanied to the ring by MVP. MVP accompanied them to the ring, and his management skills actually worked out this time. Cedric Alexander was able to hit the lumbar check on Chad Gable to pick up the victory. The commentators wouldn't call it the lumbar check. I'm not exactly sure why, but that's what the move used to be called, and he hit it pretty swiftly on Chad Gable to pick up the victory and beat the Alpha Academy, the former Raw Tag Team Champions. Honestly, I feel like the Alpha Academy does deserve more. They're a great tag team. I like them. I feel like they're missing one person. I feel like it should be a three-man group. I'm not sure why, but I just feel like it should be. But as far as Cedric and Shelton, they're looking great, and I'm interested to see what they're going to do in the future. Maybe if they recruit Bobby Lashley, maybe help him out in his match against Brock Lesnar. I know we're only 1 month into the year, but this is the promo of the year so far, baby. Cody Rhodes, Paul Heyman in a promo together. This was amazing. Cody Rhodes came out and he started talking about how he's going up against Roman Reigns, but that could change. He could be facing Sami Zayn at WrestleMania for the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship because Sami Zayn has to face Roman Reigns at the Elimination Chamber. Paul Heyman started getting buddy-buddy with Cody Rhodes because Cody Rhodes respects Paul Heyman and vice versa. Paul Heyman respects Cody Rhodes because they brought up Dusty Rhodes and how they were basically family. They were basically brothers. How Paul Heyman recruited Dusty Rhodes to get some money to his family, and Cody Rhodes will never be able to repay him for that. Right as Paul Heyman looked like he was starting to get more emotional and more attached in this promo to Dusty Rhodes and Cody Rhodes, he turns on a dime. He's like, my last conversation with Dusty Rhodes, he had told me, you're his favorite son, Cody, but he wishes he had a son like the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And then Cody got in his face and he's like, you tell Roman I'm going to take him out. I'm going to take those titles at Wrestle Frickin' Mania. This was a great promo. If you didn't see it, you have to see it. And they finally initiated the rivalry between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns with this Paul Heyman promo, and I loved it. Asuka went one-on-one with the returning Chelsea Green, who returned in the Royal Rumble, but this is her opening debut match, if you will, on Monday Night Raw. I feel like she's had a match in the past, but then she got released, and now she's back. She's going up against Asuka one-on-one because she demanded a match from Adam Pearce, and honestly, I like Chelsea Green. I think her character's pretty cool. A cocky, just like, yeah, I'm the best, this, that. So she goes out there, faces Asuka, loses to Asuka by tap out, and a bunch of members of the Elimination Chamber match were on ringside. And then Bianca Belair had come out and she's like, yeah, the Elimination Chamber winner, you face me. I'll be waiting for you, basically. But as far as all this goes, not bad. I'm interested to see what Chelsea Green's going to do. Hopefully it's not like L after L that she takes. I want to see her take a couple dubs. Montez Ford challenged Elias one-on-one in Elimination Chamber qualifiers match, and Montez Ford had a little more luck than Angelo Dawkins early in the show. Montez Ford was able to hit the Flying Frog Splash and land on Elias, pin him, 1, 2, 3, and Montez Ford's going to be in the Elimination Chamber. Could you imagine what he's going to do in that chamber? I guarantee we see a frog splash off the top of one of the pods. I can't wait. But then right after the match, we did have the United States Champion Theory on ringside. He looked like he was going to possibly jump into the ring right after the match and maybe take on Montez Ford, but Seth Rollins had come out of nowhere, hit a curb stomp on Austin Theory to get a little redemption in their little storyline that they're telling. Most likely, I think Austin Theory is going to retain in the Elimination Chamber, but if not, I think it's Seth Rollins. I really do. And then our main event of the show is Becky Lynch going one-on-one with not Lita, Bayley. We're finally seeing this match. We were supposed to see this match at Raw 30, but we're seeing it here on this episode of Raw, and this match delivered. It was in the main event. Steel Cage, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky were on ringside. They tried to pose as factors by closing the door, climbing the cage, and throwing a crutch in the ring. They were just trying to pose as factors to help Bayley win this match because they knew she couldn't do it on her own and beat Becky Lynch by herself. So they tried helping. So then out came Lita. Lita came out, evened up the odds, and helped out Becky Lynch to pick up the victory. And basically, like I said, even up the odds because it was basically 3-on-1 at this point. Lita comes out, helps out Becky. Becky Lynch was able to hit the manhandle slam on Bayley to pick up the victory. And then Lita and Becky Lynch celebrate inside the steel cage. This was an awesome moment, dude. It was cool to see Lita. Came out of nowhere. Wasn't expecting it. Once I heard the music, I'm like, oh my god, that's Lita. Let's go. That's gotta be Kane. That was Monday Night Raw on a WWE action figure setup style. Raw this week is definitely gonna get a 3 out of 5 from me. This was a solid show. I really enjoyed it. Favorite part was definitely the Paul Heyman and Cody Rhodes promo. You guys let me know your favorite part down in the comments down below. Let's jump into Smackdown. Smackdown Live, the house that AJ Styles built. Yes, guys, Smackdown. We're gonna jump right in. Paul Heyman, the wise man, opened this SmackDown center of the ring with the Undisputed Universal Championship belt. He was talking about how Roman Reigns is going to take care of business at Elimination Chamber, beat Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn isn't even in the question. It's going to be Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. There's no changing that, according to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman gets interrupted by Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn doesn't come out from the entrance stage. He comes out right from behind at Paul Heyman. It looks like he was about to put his hands and inflict some damage on Heyman, but he didn't. He just told Heyman straight up with a microphone. Great promo, by the way, if you guys didn't see it. Frickin' see it. It's on WWE's YouTube channel. Sami basically saying, the bloodline's cracking. You saw it at the Royal Rumble. I left the bloodline that I cared so much about. Sami got that sick of it. Jay walked out on the bloodline, did not participate in the beatdown of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. You could just see the cracks forming, and Sami Zayn exposed all of this. Sami Zayn said, Paul, you should even be worried. The tribal chief could drop you in a second. This was a freaking amazing promo. He did sort of put his hands on Paul. He sort of hugged him and got really close to him. Not hugged him, but like got close to him, like aggressive. It was an amazing promo. Sami did a great job in this. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus were in a tag team match. They went up against Hit Row, Top Dollar, and Ashante Diadonis. This was an alright tag team match. Pretty obvious. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus were going to win. 25 beats to the bow wrench from Sheamus. I thought that was really cool. I think he did it to Top Dollar. It was pretty awesome. In the end, we saw a little bro kick from Sheamus to pick up the victory. They were able to take out Hit Row, and then they got interrupted during their victory celebration by the Viking Raiders. They popped up on the Titantron, basically challenging Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. Most likely at Elimination Chamber, we're going to see these two tag teams go at it. I'm looking forward to it. It ought to be an absolute slobber knocker. The freaking beasts that are in these tag teams here, Sheamus, Drew, Eric, Ivar. It'll be a great match, and hopefully Drew and Sheamus pick up the victory. But as far as all this tag team action, it was okay. Lacey Evans went up against a Connecticut local competitor, and she took her out with ease. Little woman's right. Then she did her little submission maneuver, tapped her out, and then she kept a hold on it for after the bell. I was like, really? So she basically just destroyed a local competitor. I don't like these enhancement matches, as they're called. I feel like they don't enhance anything. Like, okay, yeah, she got a dub, but against an absolute no-name that nobody knows. Like, how is that a W? Like, this is lame. They need to do something with Lacey Evans, and this is definitely not it. Do not continue these local competitor matches. They're so boring. The question of the night was, will Jimmy Uso defend the Undisputed Tag Team Championships alone, or will Jey Uso finally show up to the show and defend the titles with him to defend him against Ricochet and Braun Strowman? And he did. Jey Uso comes from the crowd, walks down the freaking stairs, jumps the barricades like, Jimmy, I got you. You're my cousin, man. I'd never leave you high and dry. They fight for the tag titles to defend them, and they defend them successfully. This was a wicked ending. Ricochet had a shooting star press on Jimmy. Looked like he was about to take him out. Braun Strowman flew over the announce desk. Jey Uso made the tag. Does a Uso splash off the top rope right after Ricochet does that shooting star press, and then the Usos retain the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. I loved this match. I thought it was so freaking good, bro. So good. And then the little promos they did backstage after this match were so good. I will talk about them later. Natalya cut a little promo out in the ring talking about her Elimination Chamber qualifier win last week. She got interrupted by Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler come out. Natalya had insulted her and said, yeah, you're just a knockoff cheap version of Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey makes a little return. She comes out and backs up Shayna Baszler. They both turn and they both take on Natalya. And then Shotzi comes out to try to maybe even up the odds, but she's not enough. And Shayna and Ronda sort of just beat down Natalya and Shotzi Blackheart. It was okay. I guess sort of just building towards the Elimination Chamber, but this was a really lame promo in my opinion. I didn't really find a need for it. I think that would have been a way cooler way to return Ronda Rousey. But yeah, this was not it. This was mid. It was a tag team match made by Adam Pearce. It was Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez going up against Green and Sonya Deville. This match wasn't half bad. Some decent tag team action from Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And it's kind of interesting that they tagged together here because they've had a little beef in the past. But they tagged pretty well because they did a little double team maneuver at the end, taking out Sonya and Chelsea Green to pick up the victory. Raquel and Liv win the match. Other than that, nothing too crazy, sort of just a match. Charlotte Flair sat down with Michael Cole in a backstage interview. Charlotte basically saying how she's going to take out Rhea Ripley, how Rhea Ripley's not on her level. She wasn't 3 years ago at WrestleMania, and she's not going to be at this WrestleMania. I don't know about that, Charlotte. I think you're going to lose the SmackDown Women's Championship. I think Rhea, Mommy, is going to take out Charlotte. That's just my personal opinion. But as far as this interview goes, I wish they'd do more of these. I remember on WWE's YouTube channel, they always used to do exclusive interviews with the host, Michael Cole. Like, I remember one with Bray Wyatt, John Cena, Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar. Like, they were so good. Bring these back and put them on the WWE Network, or not WWE Network, WWE's YouTube channel, make them exclusive to there. I think it'd be really cool. Our main event of the night, it was an Intercontinental Championship #1 contenders match. It was Rey Mysterio, Santos Escobar, Karrion Kross, and Madcap Moss. This match was pretty decent. I did enjoy it. Some pretty decent action from all the teams. They definitely continued the storyline between Karrion Kross and Rey Mysterio in this match, but in the end, we did see Madcap Moss pick up the victory by pinning Rey Mysterio with an elbow drop. I thought that was pretty cool. He didn't pin like Santos Escobar, Karrion Kross. He pinned Rey Mysterio. Madcap Moss was able to pick up the victory, and he stood tall with his girlfriend or wife or whatever it is, Emma, and he's going to be going up against Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. There's no way he wins, but he is still going to be facing Gunther for the IC title, and that is definitely a step in the right direction for his career. And yes, he got some color to his attire. Like he was wearing like a white and blue attire, and I was into it, man. Finally, not just black trunks. That's so lame. He's got some color to his attire. He's got his hot wife or girlfriend, Emma, and it's just working. I'm liking it. But will he get smashed by Gunther? Guaranteed. About the bloodline, throughout the show, right after that tag team match, Jimmy Uso had asked Jay, he's like, hey, are you with me? Are you with the bloodline? I gotta know the answer. And Jay's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I gotta let you know. Triple H had put Paul Heyman in the background, showing that he was listening to this entire conversation between Jay and Jimmy. And then later, Jay Uso was walking between two semi-trucks, and Sammy had approached him, and you could definitely tell Jay was a little cautious about this interaction with Sami Zayn because of all the history there with the bloodline, and Sami Zayn acknowledged Jay Uso. He said he appreciates him for not beating up on him at the Royal Rumble. And will Jay join with Sami? My prediction is that Jay will sort of show his allegiance to Sami Zayn, but then he will fully turn on him at the Elimination Chamber, and Roman Reigns will retain the belts at the Elimination Chamber. Guaranteed. Like, he'll start and, like, be like, yeah, Sammy, we're close. And then he'll fully show his allegiance to the Tribal Chief at Elimination Chamber. You never can tell, man. But yeah, guys, that was SmackDown, Raw, setup style SmackDown this week. I'm going to give a solid 3 out of 5. I thought it was a pretty decent show. The Bloodline stuff is just on another level of good. It is so damn good. It's insane. The Bloodline is, oh my gosh, dude. It's such a good storyline. But yeah, guys, 3 out of 5 for SmackDown. You guys let me know your ratings down in the comments down below for both shows. Let me know what you thought about it. Leave a comment. Come on now. And smash a like. Subscribe to the live. Peace, guys. Right out.